Alright, this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And so I want to talk about what the phrase "nobody is coming to save you" mean. And what it means, essentially, to me anyway, is just as it sounds. Nobody is coming to save you because no one in this world gives a fuck about you. You know, if you are having a bad day at work, or you're having relationship problems, or you're having problems with your family, nobody gives a fuck. No one is gonna come to help you or to give you avenues to really fix your situation or to get out of it. Like, take my situation, for instance, and how I've talked about it over the course of an entire year. I have come up against police, bitch-ass enforcement police telling me, basically ridiculing me, telling me, oh, it's my fault why I'm in this situation, this and that, which, you know, I'm gonna cuss these fuckers out if I ever run into them again. I don't give a fuck if they is the police. Fuck these motherfuckers. You know, and when I did put forth the effort to try to get out of it, like I had just different kinds of avenues, like Workforce Commission trying to tell me that, oh, my path was wrong, I need to I'm doing something wrong, just constantly making it seem like no matter what, I'm just never doing right, just deliberately prying into my fucking business just to scrutinize everything that they can, to point the finger at me like it's something that I'm doing wrong, for things to not work out. You know, no one will help you, but they will scrutinize the fuck out of you. And that's one of the things I can't stand about fucking humanity, this trash ass species and shit, you know. But that's one of the things. If you're dealing with a problem, no one is going to come and help you, but they'll talk about you. If you are feeling down, or you're depressed, or you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like in my instance, I don't feel like going to the rec to work out most of the time. No one's gonna care. Nobody is going to be there to pick you up and motivate you to do the things that you know is going to make your life better or healthier. No one gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Again, until it's something they can talk about you negatively for. I don't be feeling like practicing my drawing. You know I showed a picture that I was working on in my community feed. And I've made some progress on it since then. You know, I've already started the shading process and all of that great shit. But if I hadn't have made myself work on that damn drawing, I wouldn't have progressed any further, and nobody would have fucking cared. No one is gonna motivate you to follow your dreams. Actually, they'll motivate you to do the opposite. They'll motivate you to just become a fucking sheep and do what the rest of this clown ass society is doing, like with how people was telling me that oh, you just gotta go fucking work a 9 to 5 or be a welder or just some bullshit. You know. And have y'all ever noticed that? A lot of the times, if it's something that you're passionate about doing, people will try to encourage you away from it. Well, they'll try to sway you away from it to do some stupid ass bullshit that's not gonna make you happy. That seems to be the biggest consensus down here in this garbage reality. Because I know there were times when I was having fights with my mom and shit, and she would essentially kick me out the house, and I have to go stay with my grandma and shit. And it's like my sister, people like my sister now, I mean, I'm gonna try not to slam on her really because she has been there for me. But I do remember when she was kind of rooting out on it. Really, my grandma, I'm gonna just leave that. That's kind of like, you know, I don't really want to get into too much because I don't know if family's watching my videos or not, but the majority of my family, I'm just gonna say they're not positive people to be around. You know, like, cause they'll either talk about you in some type of way, like just what I'm already saying right now. Like just something, it's always something negative that you gotta deal with that you may not want to be around. But my sister was encouraging me to go to my grandma's house because it would, quote unquote, get me away from my art, which would have actually been a very negative thing, because if I went to my grandma's house, well, all she basically does outside of go to church or go to the neighborhood giveaway center is she just watches TV. I don't fucking watch TV like that. I can't just sit up in a damn box, or because that's basically what a house is. It's a glorified fucking box. I can't sit up in a fucking box in a room somewhere and just spend 3, 5, 6 hours just watching TV. I can't fucking do that. I just can't do it. I was never able to do this stuff like that, even when I was younger. Now, I mean, I guess kind of anime is a bit different because it's more like anime for me, it's artistic. It's more creative than just the usual shows that come on of a program scheduling, you know. But even then, I don't really do that all the time. I spend most of my time working on my craft, working on my art. I spend 7 hours a day basically doing that if I'm not at the recreation. But my sister was trying to basically tell me that, oh, going to my grandma's house, like, oh, it'll get me away from my art, but that'll be a good thing. It's like, how the fuck is that good? When I know that it's not gonna be anything really recreational that I'm gonna be doing at my grandma's house, except being talked about how fat I am, or which I'm already working on, or how kind of overweight I, because that's what she does. She talks about people. Why the fuck would I want to be in an environment like that? But that's what people would do. They will sway you away from a positive thing you want to do into something that's essentially negative for your life. But they'll try to make it sound like it's something that is positive. They basically just gaslight you. Now, I don't think my sister was intending to do that, but That's basically how it came across. And so that goes back to what I was saying. No one is going to encourage you to follow your dream. If anything, they will discourage you away from it. No one gives a fuck if you're sick or if you're ailing in your body, evident by the fact that you have to pay for shit like medication, you have to pay for doctor visits, you have to fucking pay to even get prescriptions that will help your body to heal right. I remember, and I talked about this in some of my older videos, but I remember when I was going through an eye condition where my eye would constantly just itch. It would itch so fucking bad and it would not stop for shit. So I had to fucking go to the doctor just to talk to these motherfuckers, just for them to say, oh, we can't find anything wrong with your eye, but here's what we'll do. We'll prescribe you eye drops to pick up from the CVS pharmacy and just use it for 10 days, and if the condition doesn't stop, just come back to see us. Well, the eye drops, oh, and they also prescribe some off-the-shelf eye drops too. But see, here's the thing. The eye drops that they prescribed, that I had to pick up over the counter, it did work. It would get rid of the condition that I had with my eye constantly itching. Dare I say, if I was just constantly taking those, then my condition would have went away and it would have healed faster than what it did. But here is the thing, here is the catch to that. The only way to even get those type of eye drops is you have to first go to the fucking hospital, or you gotta go see your eye doctor, which costs money. The visitation itself costs fucking money. And then after they look at your eye or all of that bullshit, then they prescribe to you the eye drops that you have to go pick up, which is even more money. So you can't just, hey, I want these medicated eye drops, and like the doctors just give it to you. You gotta fucking talk to the damn specialist first for it to even be prescribed. And the shit you get off the shelf don't even work half as good as the things that the doctors prescribe to you. So you have a whole money scheme here where even your health is being used to fucking profit off. Like, even these corporations are even using your health to make a profit. Nobody gives a fuck about you if you get sick, unless you have that goddamn cash. Then they give a fuck. Then they'll give you what you need. And so that's kind of one of the joke shit about this reality, man. So that's why I say you can't depend on no fucking one. You can only depend on yourself. All this shit where people talking about, oh, we here for you, we care for you. I'm telling you to fuck those people. Trust nobody. And I know I made a video saying this before. You gotta trust no one but your fucking self. You got to encourage no one. You can only encourage yourself. You know, it's a song that I sometimes listen to, which it's from that film Scarface, which I've been wanting to rewatch. You know, I really like fucking Scarface, by the way. I think that's one of the few mediums I'll watch that really just isn't specifically manga or anime related, because Scarface has a lot of things that I can really relate to. But it's this song where the lyrics go a bit something like this. So push it to the limit. Yeah, it's walking, you know. Okay, you know, I don't fucking really know the lyrics, but it's basically, what it's basically saying is that you can't let nothing stand in your way. You know, let nothing stand in your way. I ain't saying it fucking right, but that's basically what the song is talking about. You gotta just say fuck everything out here and just do shit for yourself and get chose. And that's what I fucking like about those lyrics, you know, cause those lyrics mention everything that I stand for and constantly talk about in these videos, you know. See, I think Tony Montana is actually one of my favorite. He's not a good guy. He's basically an antagonist. But shit, I remember at the beginning of the movie when he was working at a fucking burger joint, like, you know, Tony Montana and shit. Tony Montana was working at this fucking burger joint. And he was like, man, fuck this shit, man. This bullshit. Like, he wanted to do something else. He wanted to get some real cash. He didn't want to fucking spend the rest of his life working out no damn burger joint. You know, he had something he wanted, and he went and got it. And yeah, he broke a lot of fucking laws. You know, he was basically a king, a drug dealer, like a massive cartel drug dealer, and things didn't end good for him, like at the end of the movie. But it's like he understood that if he wanted to get out of the shit that he was in, out of the rut that he was stuck in, that he wasn't going to be able to do it by following the, you know, systems and the, you know, the rules of society. He wasn't going to be able to do that trying to be a good little boy and trying to please people and basically follow societal norms, because this society, it's ripping us off any fucking way, you know. So he went through extreme measures to get out of that, to get out of a low-paying job and to get something better for himself. But see, nobody is going to encourage you to do that. Like, just with me going back to my art thing, now I'm not saying, of course, go out and try to sell drugs or become a drug lord or this and that. But just even things with me doing my art. Do you know how many times I have my fucking sister just telling me, oh, you're not going to make any money off of this, you're doing this? I'm like, okay, so what's the fucking alternative? Just work a 9 to 5 and you still not making fucking money? And now you're having to deal with shittier people in the process? And you know, And that's why I say nobody gives a fuck about you out here. And so no one's coming to save you. So you have to save yourself however you feel that you must do it. You know, push it to the limit. And that's what it's fucking about. Do whatever you feel like you can do, as long as it don't get, you know what? Even, no. I was gonna say even if it does get you in trouble, but let me just keep it PG rated here. Do what you feel is best for you to get the fuck out of this shit. You know, because nobody here is coming to save you. No one in this reality gives a fuck about you. Even if they say they do, man, always be cautious of that shit. You know, I don't care if it's fucking family, friends. Scrutinize each and every one of these motherfuckers. Just because you blood, I don't mean they give a fuck about you. Just think how many of these fuckers actually came to you when you was in need. Now, personally, me, just speaking for myself, I got great brothers and sisters. But I done already told y'all about my mother, so I ain't gonna go back into that. But everyone don't have brothers and sisters like me who's willing to help them out with cash here and there if they're in need. You know, and even sometimes with my sister, she, I don't know, just, I got bills to pay, which is understandable. But if you go to someone for help, now I'm not talking about always going to them for help and just constantly mooching off of people. But let's say once out of every so many months, you just kind of ask for some help with, and they're like, I don't know, man, I got stuff out here is expensive, and they doing that all the fucking time. These people don't give a fuck about you. You know? So you gotta do for yourself however you feel like you must, and screw everyone telling you that you wrong. Now again, of course, use some logic with whatever it is you feel like you want to do. You know, because I'm not saying per se to just go out and commit crime or just whatever bullshit that's gonna make things worse. Like, of course, use a bit of wisdom, but I'm saying just anyone who's telling you that your path, whatever endeavor you want to pursue, that's not the right thing for you to do. That's the wrong path to take. Fuck these individuals who's telling you that, man. Because just think about it this way. Are these people gonna help to fund the path that they feel is the right one for you to take? No? Then get the fuck out my face. And that's one of the things that I've pretty much done. Like, I have given up on the idea that people are inherently good down here and that they care about you, that they care about one another. This is the most selfish sack of shit species that you could ever have the misfortune of being born into. And that's why I say no one is coming to save you. So you have to save yourself however you can, with whatever means you feel is necessary. I'm just gonna say, use wisdom when you do it. Whatever it may be. I ain't telling y'all what not to do, but I'm gonna say use wisdom, consider the consequences behind what you do, so you don't regret your actions. But y'all can tell me what y'all think, and I'll get back to y'all with another one real soon.